We have some heroes and zeros today. The hero is one, I'll tell you, Chris Demm was just asking. He's all over the news today, as you can imagine. He jumped overboard on a Disney cruise.
Yeah, Disney Cruise Dad.
Mm-hmm, Disney Cruise Dad.
When you heard the I've only know some of the basic facts. I don't know a lot about it. But the man's young daughter, 3 or 4 years old, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fell over.
Fell overboard off a Disney cruise as they were returning to the U.S.
That's right.
And he went in after her. And typically, you never see these people again.
That's right. The ship was returning to Fort Lauderdale from a trip to the Bahamas. The little girl, 4 years old, fell overboard, which is surprising because that's pretty tough to do, I think. Although I guess you can go through the railing instead of over the railing.
So I haven't been on a Disney boat. You have.
Yeah. He jumped in. I mean, you could definitely jump in as an adult if you want to.
Do we know, how did the impact not knock either of them out?
Yeah.
They must not have been up too high.
It couldn't have been.
Because those ships are so tall.
That's the part I haven't seen is how far up were they when they jumped. But usually, and by the way, the pastor said it was amazing how quickly they became just little dots in the ocean. You couldn't see them anymore. I mean, it's that fast. Because you feel like you're going really slowly on a ship, but really you're moving. And so they just became nothing. Mm-hmm. But they were saved by the Disney staff. Within minutes, they used life rings and a rescue boat and went out and they got the boat in the water.
Incredible rescue.
Went out and got them. I'll tell you something, man. If you're a father, you just don't even think. You just jump. You just go after your daughter.
Would you go in head first or feet first?
Feet first. I cannot dive. I cannot
Get up on that railing. It's a little, I don't know.
I don't. I always go.
Go get her.
I have never hit the water head first. I am always feet
regardless.
First. Regardless. I can't do it.
Not from the side?
Never.
Low dive?
Never. Not one time. I can't make myself go into the water head first.
Can you cannonball?
I can do that. Anything butt first or feet first. One time we were doing a fun
can opener.
I can do that. I can try the can opener. I cannot go in head first. Once I was playing a fun game when we were back in high school, and somebody I knew had a pool, and everybody was like, it was kind of like
above ground, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Of course, obviously. But we were doing the diving board, and you had to. Somebody did one, and you had to copy it. And so I said, before we play, rules are feet first only because I can only do feet first. They were like, ooh,
I'm going to twist in the air. Watch me. Watch me.
That's all I could do. That's all I was out very early. They were like, we're not just doing feet first. I said, yeah, I'm going feet first. Debbie, you're talking about the Disney Cruise Dad, who's the hero today. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. P1.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the dad put the little girl on the top rail for a picture.
Ooh.
Yeah, and she fell over. He went over after her, and the boat was going so fast that by the time they sounded the alarm and it turned itself around, it took them 20 minutes to get back in that direction and launch the boat.
Oh, my
the little
God.
tugboat.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is.
Well, I mean, to turn a big boat around, I mean, that's almost impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were going at a good clip because they were on their way back,
to port.
Wherever the port was, Disney. Yeah.
Did you guys?
Unreal.
Thank you. Did you see what they say over the loudspeaker in the halls?
No.
It may be one of my favorite details. When it happened, they over the intercom, I guess the captain probably alerts the crew and said, "Mr. MOB on the port side, Mr. MOB, man overboard."
So they say it that way.
Not to panic.
They go, oh my God, man overboard.
Oh,
man overboard.
Mr. MOB to the port side. Mr. MOB to the port side. And I'm going to just, excuse me, I'm going to take off my little Mickey head here and jump into this little life raft.
I was going to say all the characters suddenly disappear from the Lido deck.
Of course.
Yeah.
They go running. Oh, my God.
And I hate to say it, but to the caller's point, I'm not shocked that the girl was up on the railing for a pic.
That's it. That's
because you can't. Disney would never build a boat where a 4-year-old would go over.
No.
That's exactly right.
Assistance.
That's exactly right. That's a great point. See, what did I think? Oh, she crawled through. Crawl through. You stick her on top for a picture. God, I wouldn't do that. I'm getting
the heebie-jeebies?
The heebie-jeebies thinking about that.
Getting swamp crotch?
I'm getting swamp crotch. Even my crotch is so swampy right now from even thinking about it. These are some witnesses on the boat who saw the dad do it.
He couldn't get to the life preservers because he was holding on to his daughter. The ship was moving so quickly, it's crazy how quickly the people became tiny dots in the sea and then you lost sight of them.
It looks like it was the mother because they were escorting her across the deck. They blocked off the deck and I just saw her crying and I just felt for her at that moment and I just started praying.
That was a very heroic thing that he did.
Everyone was cheering on the ship and the quick response of Disney made a big difference.
Astonishing. You cannot imagine a better outcome.
That's true.
Yeah, Carnival would have left you. Hope you can swim to Nassau.
Yeah, we lose one or two every time.
There is a difference.
No
okay?
big deal.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh,
Is that a human bobbing up there? No, it's just sewage. It's all right.
Yeah.
We just did a sewage dump.
You're right. There is a difference.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
I have cruise
You get what you
boat.
pay for.
Now,
Yeah.
you pay more on a Disney cruise, but they'll come back and get you.
Mr. M.O.B.
Yeah.
Mr. M.O.B.
Carnival would have made the announcement. Look, some dumb son of a bitch. He fell over on the port side. If y'all want to run over and get pictures. And everyone would.
He's
We
in
all
room
would.
1105 if you want to go through his stuff.
Yeah.
Get his duty-free liquor.
Are you guys going to help him? Nah, we're going to keep on trucking. They're in international waters. Someone will get them.
Oh, my God, that's right. That's exactly how it would be. And everybody's like, well, he's a hero. I mean, he is, but
He is a hero.
he no doubt. Of course, he should
A
live
little reckless. Do you think we'll see an interview with Hero Dad?
I do. I think he'll be on the Today Show and all that.
know.
You don't think?
I don't know, because if he did sit the daughter up there for the picture.
I'm sure he did.
The backlash will
Yeah.
be swift.
Oh, my God.
yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a hero, but he also probably thought to himself, if I don't go over this rail,
yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't even think
this is completely my fault.
you can't even think. You just go.
No.
And you got to jump quickly because you got
As
to be
soon
next.
as you
Yeah.
saw her topple,
you
it's
got to
like,
go
I'm in.
right over after top.
But my phone, my shoes, these are leather.
Jeez. That's right.
Really, I'm shocked he was able to get the daughter.
Me too.
Same.
Because those, I
agree.
mean, the way those boats move.
Yeah,
it
I
just,
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, not get sucked underneath.
Yeah.
Right. You have,
or go so far under that you
That's
panic
right.
and
God.
swallow water.
plus, she's so young. I mean, God, you got to
Yeah.
get to her and grab her immediately, and then pray that somebody throws you a life preserver. Goodness gracious! I'll bet that mom. I bet she's mad that he put her up there because she may have said, "Do it." You know.
Yeah,
that's what
entirely possible.
That's what people do now. You know, to get those.
You know, it's a beautiful backdrop of sunset.
Yeah.
Who knows what it
Oh,
was?
yeah, yeah.
Blue water.
I was just reading that young people, like Generation Z now, their concert experiences are becoming more dangerous because they're trying to position themselves in the mosh pit or close to the stage for the perfect picture, and they're getting everybody's pushing you out of the way to get the perfect spot for Instagram.
Well, you're focusing on the show and your shot,
that's right. So they're
not all the stuff around you.
exactly. So they're saying you've got to be more careful. I mean, we've seen that a million times where you get too close to a bison or something, you know, or close to a cliff. Turbo Ted, you're talking about these cruises and the dad that jumped overboard. Go ahead.
Let's not forget that the mom/wife is bitching at this guy bigger than life for ever putting the kid up on the rail in the first place.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
That's a good point.
Or did she direct him to do that? Did she
Was
say
she taking the
was
pic?
she taking
Yeah.
the picture and say put her up there?
You know, because
Maybe.
he might have been. They were at. The girl's on the railing.
Mm-hmm.
She's even with her dad.
Let me tell you, you jump in that water, and you don't want to come back to the wife at that. You know, it's like just take me. If you're going to take my daughter, take me too. You know, let the tides take me.
Can we get to Cuba from here?
Yeah.
How far is Cuba?
Mhm.
It's 90 miles, sir.
Hey,
From Key West.
Oh, and you know the rest of the cruise, they're just every time they're walking the deck, the wife has a chance. She's throwing that at him.
absolutely.
Hey, Mr. M.O.B.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you want to sit and take a picture with her up here?
Boy,
Dinner, awkward.
that is a backlash for a long
big
time.
time.
It's another quick issue I have with Jaws on its 50th anniversary.
Oh.
That's a really long swim they have back in after.
Oh, Chief Brody and Hoopa?
Brody and Hooper, they've killed the shark, and then they're just like, hey, what day is it? Oh, it's Tuesday or Wednesday.
Correct. Now, it's been a while since I've seen all the way through Jaws. Are they swimming back on pieces of the orca, or do they have one of the barrels?
They have barrels. They have, I think, 2 barrels.
And it's not just Jaws. I have that problem with many movies that involve like a boat wreck and they swim back. Weekend at Bernie's. They seem to get pretty far offshore.
Yeah.
And then they have to swim back on Dead Bernie.
Right. Now, they had Dead Bernie.
Yeah.
I don't remember how far they swam.
But they got a good ways back to New York City. Remember, they took Bernie's boat to get back to New York City, and they went for a good couple miles at least.
Yep.
And then boat runs out of gas. Hey, Rich, you didn't check the gas.
Yeah.
And then they cut to them swimming back on Bernie's body, and I'm like, yeah, but I feel that way in a lot of movies.
Well, in Jaws, I mean, it's the very last scene, and they're like, how far out? And they're just like, oh, just keep kicking, keep kicking. And it's like, they're miles out to try to get that shark.
Do you think anyone from this ineptly run town saw the fireball in the distance and sent out a boat?
No, I don't. You think the mayor was going to do that?
Hey, Chief, where you been? Blowing up the shark. Right, blowing up a shark. You're crazy, Brody.
I mean, come on. You think that mayor probably saw the fireball and
the plume of smoke?
Beach is open. You're not going to we're not going to close the beaches.
For Christ's sake, tomorrow's the 4th of July, and we will be open for business. It's going to be one of the best summers we've ever had. Now, if you fellas are concerned about the beaches, you do whatever you have to make them safe. But those beaches will be open for this weekend.
I love his voice. Everything about it. Absolutely love.
Perfect delivery.
Here's the zero. Now, we heard the hero.
You also noticed something else about the mayor in his shot. Not his necktie or his jacket.
Oh, cigarette.
His cigs.
He's got a cigarette palmed in his hand in almost every scene. He's getting ready to light one up, which I just noticed today when we were looking at these scenes.
So he's not puffing. He's just holding?
He's holding, getting ready to light as he's reaming out Hooper and the Chief.
Now, what now? Can a man not get a smoke?
Exactly. Here's the zero today. A restaurant owner in New Jersey is being called that after she cursed out some of her patrons and customers. Her name is Dawn Spivak. She owns Taylor Sam's restaurant in Bayhead, New Jersey. Controversy after a TikTok video showed her telling customers who were upset about the high prices to F off. That she was not going to be taking their criticism any longer. We have a little of the exchange from TikTok.
21 complained and said that our prices are way too expensive.
Did you ask them where they're standing?
Where they're standing?
This is Bayhead, baby. Location, location, location.
This is how she said it. We're local, and unfortunately, we're not going to be coming back because your prices are way too expensive. You're literally double than the last place that was here.
Yeah, well, our food is double the quality and double the flavor. You can double go and off.
There you have it.
Sorry.
Now, radio station NJ 101.5 got word of this and had the woman you just heard, Dawn Spivak, on to apologize to local residents. But by the time she got done apologizing, she basically doubled down and said, oh, yeah, they can all F off. I don't care. Our prices are our prices. So even during the apologies, she said F off, even on NJ 101.5. And they said, are you sure you want to end it this way? She said, yeah, F off. I don't care.
Do they have a dump button at NJ 101.5?
They dumped it, yeah. But one of the DJs said, I've worked here for 12 years. I've only had to dump people a handful of times. This was the latest. I never expected that from the business owner who was calling to apologize.
I'm real 50-50.
Yeah, what do you think this does to business at Taylor Sam's? Down?
A lot of the people who called the radio station were supporting her, saying, yeah.
I can see it's like
summertime Jersey Shore, right?
True. And just because the old restaurant in there was cheaper doesn't mean the exact same style is going to come in and be the same thing.
Right.
And I've always had a problem. This is just me, and I'll complain about them too. But I've always had a problem with people complaining about the prices of somewhere, especially with food.
Yeah.
Because you can look where you're going ahead of time now and see the prices. And to me, if you're eating out, you should be able to afford that and put it in your budget.
Yeah.
I don't think you're owed to eat every meal out.
We know what prices are when you go out.
Yeah, exactly.
You know if you're getting a cheeseburger now, it's $10.
Yeah. And I don't like the way they said the old place was cheaper. Well, I'm not the old place.
Right.
That's fair.
Yeah. But I also see where, of course, it comes off bad when you're the new person in town and you're like basically giving the whole F off attitude.
Yeah, she's not really putting on the charm offensive.
No.
Look where you're standing, bub.
Yeah. This Bayhead. Location.
Yeah.
F off, you don't want to pay these prices. This is my restaurant. We're what do you say? We're doubly as good. We're doubly expensive.
Yeah.
Too bad. That's a better place. Yeah, I agree with you. Don't eat there. If you don't like the prices, don't eat there. That's all there is to it. Look, I'll sit here and complain about.
Oh, I will too. I'll still complain about the price of fast food, anything all day being more expensive now. But at the same time, I know that going in.
We got 3 burgers and an order of fries from Five Guys, $46 down at the beach. Three
That
burgers
place-
and an order of fries.
My place does have nerve.
Unbelievable. 3 burgers and an order of fries down at Five Guys. I had a salad. I made myself a spinach salad, but that wasn't even with me eating. The rest of them.
Did you have the smug on the side, or did you put it on the greens?
I put it right on.
Did
3 burgers.
you bring the spinach salad in with you?
Yes, I did. I went over. I was over at Kill Me Crazy. Had to make 2 stops. I'm at Kill Me Crazy, and then Five Guys right across the parking lot.
I'm gonna go get burgers for these savages.
That's right.
I'm a lean, mean green flake machine.
That's right.